Hi everybody and welcome back. I say welcome back because this is the second of a limited edition content series. I am Kevin Cobb, Vice President of Experiential at Augeo.
Hi, I am Joan Wells, President of Experience at Augeo, and we're glad to be here.
And I know today we're going to be talking about one of your favorite subjects. It was number one on our top 10 trends list, the data journey and the role of data in experience. Why is such a hot lens being shown on data right now?
All the stakeholders in the room within a company are saying, what is it that we want to know from this audience? And how does that dovetail in what we want to know from them across all of our experiences? And then designing solutions that provide that data and a mechanism to then feed back insights that inform strategy within the organization for years to come.
So the expectations on them are so high, and the need then to prove that out.
Front end and back end, designing for what it is that we need to know and what we're going to do with that information. And then on the back end, taking all of that data and reporting and really having the ability to turn it into insights and strategic recommendations.
Just surveys, certainly they play a role, but that's probably not going to get you to the level of data that become insights. And then beyond that insights, that can become intelligence. That'll lead you to better engagements with your customers or key constituents.
Taking those survey questions and ensuring that they are similar to what's being asked across all their experiences. So then companies can look and say, how are certain types of teams interacting with our content and responding to our content differently than others, for example? And how do our experiences benchmark against industry standards when it comes to engagement scores?
How do you think about starting the idea of building a data journey?
What would help us in our business to be better if we had this information? Who within our organization needs this information? And so designing the tactics and strategy after we know what it is we want to know first.
It's powerful being able to lay over those really key questions,
right,
and then building that data journey. So like, here's what's going to happen and here's what we're going to learn.
Here's what we want the experience journey to be. Here's the data that we need at the end. So how do we look at all those touch points and determine this is an opportunity for us to glean this piece of information. This is an opportunity for an attendee to feel seen and heard in this particular way that's going to be really insightful for us.
The idea of how you're going to collect data and then how you're going to use that data, it is so directly related to then how well you can engage your attendees.
Working with presenters who are confident enough to stop and say, let's see how you feel about this. Let's see what you think our next priority should be. Quickly looking at what the result is and then turning and able to adapt a little bit of the content towards what the audience is thinking and feeling. It's the pure definition of authenticity that every brand is seeking.
What's the right way to put it all together?
You know, at Augeo, we've designed a really variety of super cool tech stacks that enable our client brands to create consistency across their event experiences, and then also in terms of giving each of the event organizers really deep view on the experience. So having consistent dashboards, for example, for events.
I am seeing more this idea of engagement score or experience score, and you can really only get to that level of evaluation by having a consistency in your measurement plan, in your data journey, because now you're looking at it over time. You're benchmarking it against yourself, against the industry, and you're able to really make decisions based on effectiveness.
I have to think that that is a goal of every global event leader out there.
And moving beyond somebody who registered for your event to the idea of a rich profile of what that person really cares about.
Yes, robust profile is something that you hear me say every day. What I love about robust profile, it's a co-created profile. It's information that the attendee wants to make sure that the event organizer knows about them. Here are my preferences. Then think of that profile being fed into Salesforce. Any salesperson within the organization who wasn't involved in the experience, who wants to understand and learn more, they have all the ability to do that and to be able to communicate with them in a way that is most effective and most fruitful.
So I know we've covered a lot on the data journey, but there's so much more to unpack. Where do we start?
We want to have a conversation. At Augeo, we have a belief that we invest in you before you invest in us. And as part of that, we have created a 60-minute design and discovery session where we tell people it's just a conversation at a macro level, trying to understand, help them make sense of the data journey as it might apply to their experiences. What is it they need to know, want to know? What could it look like possibly? What technologies and design techniques are out there that would help them achieve those goals? It's fun. I have learned so much from those conversations and I've met a lot of really great and interesting people.
That's a great point. We learn as much from them as they learn from us, and let's have a conversation.
Right.